Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Captain Neat here. Or since I'm doing it more personal, I got the camera up there. It's just noise. Um, anyways, I'm just letting y'all know that I'm starting a new series aside from my Shadow playthrough and just my random montage stuff or whatever. And then after my Shadow playthrough, I'll be playing Outlast 2. Uh, but I'll be having this every Wednesday. It's like a story time with the captain because I'm Captain Neat, of course. um, but yeah, man. Every Wednesday. Hope you come back. Hope you tune in. Better be there, because I'll be waiting. Alright, I'll be seeing who saw the video. Be back next Wednesday. This first video was okay, but my commentary was a little shaky. Not commentary, but my storytelling was a little shaky. With everything new, everything that is new. It's new. It's different. It's hard. I don't know. You get what I mean. So bear with me on this first video here, but the next video will be superb. Right? Alright, I'll see you then next Wednesday, same time, same place. Oh yeah, and subscribe. Hey, what's going on, lads? Welcome to story time. No, not story. It's not story time. Welcome to story. No, it would be story time. Excuse me. Welcome to story time with the captain. Because, I'm Captain E, of course. Anyways, every Wednesday, I'll make a little story video. I've been watching a lot of late at night story like YouTube videos. For instance, a channel called Luna, just Luna. He's pretty popular. He's got a lot of subscribers, like I'm talking millions. So you might know what I'm referring to. And his stories are mainly drugs and I wouldn't say guns, but fighting and just getting into a bunch of stuff, crazy stuff. Entertaining stories, right? And while my stories aren't nearly as crazy, with my 16 years, I've gotten into a lot of crazy. Well, I don't want to overuse crazy. Gotten into a lot of unordinary situations, and in my life. So every Wednesday, like I said, I'll be making a story time with the captain video. Welcome to episode 1. Alright, so the first story I'm going to talk about, as first things go, I don't want to get too crazy, but I want to, like in writing, you need to get that hook, So I'm going to be talking about my first fight that I ever got into. Now, the thing about me is I love fighting, okay? Well, I love fighting and I don't love fighting. Getting into conflicts, say some dude comes up to me, hey, I don't like your shoes, man. Your shoes, they're whack. I'll be like, oh, that's tough, man. What are you going to do about it? Or something like that. I don't know. Something stupid like that. Fighting on the street or something like that, that's not very, it's not smart to do. It's not good to get into. Avoid it if you can. I try to avoid all the fights I can because, it's just stupid. It's pointless. I'm in high school. What does it really matter other than my reputation? But yeah, I avoid fights if I can. However, I enjoy fighting. I love mixed martial arts, UFC, things like that. I train martial arts, with that being Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I teach myself boxing. I work out, build my body every day. I just love fighting, okay? But I don't love fighting. I hope you get what I mean. Anyways, that's my first fight. Here we go. I was in the 6th grade. What did that make me, like 12, 11, I believe. Yeah, 12 or 11, probably 12. Yeah, I was in 6th grade, first year of middle school. Back in 6th grade, middle school, I'm sure a lot of y'all can relate to this, but it's very, very, for me at least, I was very weak, very timid, not necessarily scared, but very beta male, which is I don't know. Yeah, it's just what it is. I was very. I'm talking a little bit too much about this. I'm giving too many details. When I tell my stories, I tend to give too many details. I tend to explain it too much. But yeah, very weak, very beta Nolan at this time. I used to have this one friend. I'm not gonna say his real name, of course. His name, for the video at least, will be Jackson. Okay. So I was friends with this guy Jackson. You know, we were good friends. But he's a little bit too wild. You know, now I think about it, we weren't really friends. We just friend of a friend. You know what I mean? He'd hang out with my crowd or whatever. I've lost my train of thought. I don't know how to I don't know how to get to the point here. Yeah, Jackson was a bit of a punk. He's raised differently than I was. I guess this really doesn't matter, really, in terms of the story. But yeah, Jackson was just a punk, alright? Anyways, one day, I was in gym class. We were playing basketball, or whatever. No, we were playing basketball. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. We were doing something. And we were playing against each other, and, you know, he did something wrong, you know? Or didn't follow the rules. I can't remember. I'm 16 now. I'll be going into my junior year. It's hard to remember. But he did something, and whatever we were playing, it's probably basketball. We'll just say basketball, because it really doesn't matter. He just did something I didn't like, and I called him out for it in front of everyone. It's like, hey man, let's I'll say BS because I don't know, it is BS, right? You know, this commentating stuff is harder than people make it out to be. People do it with such ease, but this is really kind of difficult. It's much easier to say, oh yeah, back in 6th grade I got into this fight with this guy Jackson. Yeah, I regret my decision. It probably wasn't a good thing to do. Anyways, where were we? Yeah, so we just that we got into each other's heads. We got over that. We argued for a little bit in front of everybody. Not everybody, but our small pickup basketball game or whatever. Well, I've been doing something as a gym class. I don't know, but everyone saw. So our egos were out. You know, our egos were out. Whoever backs down first is a bitch, right? Which is stupid, but it's whatever. Anyways, we got over that. And we went to take a written test. I remember this as our final written test, because I remember the gym teacher, as he, well, I don't mean to get too far ahead, but as he was pulling me off of this guy, right? I remember him saying, well, I guess you booked yourself an early summer vacation. You know, fuck that gym teacher, man. He's a dickhead. He got fired the next year, actually. Because he's so rude to the students or something. I don't know. I assume that's what it was, because he really was rude to us. And a lot of the rich, preppy kids of public school, you know, they're there too. I guess they complained enough. And they're, you know, he's done. He's out. I keep getting off task. I might have to shoot this video again. I might have to record it again. Take 2. But, you know, like with my Shadow of Colossus playthrough I'm doing right now, or with anything in life, the first time you're doing it, the first few times, it's very, it's hard. Not hard, but it's awkward. It's new. It's not as proficient as, say, people who've done it, been doing it for a while. Like my skateboarding. Remember, 10 subscribers, I'll make a skateboarding video. Maybe. Anyways, yeah, the story's a lot simpler than what I make it out to be. Basically, me and this guy weren't really friends. We were friends. We were playing basketball with each other. We started arguing with each other over something stupid, and he probably got the rules wrong or something. I don't know. He probably fouled me or something, and I didn't like that. And we were in each other's heads. We were cool, just like, okay, never mind, whatever, it doesn't matter. Game's over. Now I gotta go take this test. Doesn't matter. But everyone saw that, right? And in public school, really through all the grades, your ego is very important. And so people saw that we were starting to beef, We're starting to bump heads. And, so we don't like each other. But whoever backs down first, whoever doesn't, uh, whoever backs down first is a bitch, right? You don't want to do that. So we continue to mess with each other, right? And we continue to add fuel to the fire. Anyways, back then I really liked Harry Potter. Like, I wasn't a nerd or anything, and I wasn't super cool either. I had my clique, I had my friends, my friend group, and that was it. I wasn't really nerdy though. I loved reading at this point in my life, and I was reading Harry Potter. I loved Harry Potter, right? And after our written test, I was just sitting there reading, and he was next to me, whatever. I don't know. I don't know how he did this either, with a quiet room. We're sitting in desks or whatever. But he walks over, and he takes my book from my hand, right? And he goes back to his desk. That's rude, right? That's super rude. So I got pissed off. I was like, Jackson, give me my book back. And I remember this. I remember this part pretty well. He didn't say anything. He just looked at me, kept looking at me. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? He said. So I told him, if you don't give me back my book, we're going to fight. Or I probably said something different than that. I probably said, like, we're going to tussle. Something a sixth grader with an ego too big for his, probably. Probably like 5'9", with myself being 5'11" now. Too big, my ego too big for my 5'9" body or whatever. I don't know. I was probably shorter than that. Doesn't matter. But yeah, she's like, yeah, if you don't give it back, we're gonna fight. All right. And yeah, you saw the title. You know what's gonna happen. Oh man, this video is 11 minutes, 12 minutes so far. I'm explaining a very simple story, but like I said, they'll get better. Next story time Wednesday, story time with the captain, will be a lot better. But yeah, man, I just had so much angst. So I was so angry, and he took my book, man. Fuck him. He took my Harry Potter book, bro. I loved Harry Potter. I loved reading. I just stood up, and before that, I was a very timid kid. Everyone knew how I was, even now, I'm not timid, but throughout high school, throughout schooling, my whole career, so to speak, I'm very quiet, very to myself. I'm respected now, because I've gotten into several, 3, 4 or 5. I'm not gonna count it. Well, I think 5. Yeah, it was 5. And I've been suspended 3 times. So, people respect me. They know that I fight if someone messes with me. So, I stick to myself, I'm quiet. Anyways. Doesn't matter. My current circumstances doesn't matter. But yeah, he took my book, all this angst, all my, anger from what was going on in my life at that moment. My middle school years were horrible, man. I hated my life. Middle school is definitely the worst time of my life. And if you're in middle school listening to this, I'm sorry, man. Just know that high school is so much better than middle school. If you can just make it there, just make it there. Alright? Where was I? But I just lost it, man. I just snapped. Just went apeshit on this guy. Um, I was I didn't know how to fight at this time. This was before I practiced boxing and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and you know, that stuff. A little bit of Taekwondo, but it's all Taekwondo and boxing are self-taught, so it doesn't matter. Why am I talking about that? You know, I keep getting sidetracked. Telling a story is a lot harder than what storytelling YouTubers make it out to be. Commentating YouTubers. Anyways, I'm off topic again. I just went completely apeshit on this guy. I remember I was wearing a jacket that day because the jacket got in the way of my punches or whatever. But like, I just tackled this guy. I was on top of him, just right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Have you seen like hammer fists in the UFC? Not like a hammer fist, but just throwing your hands at throwing my hands at his face. It's punches, but it's very poor punches. But yeah, I just did that over and over again. It's very barbaric, very unorganized, I guess. I don't know. It was a very crude fight. And he didn't punch back because I was hitting him so hard and I was on top of him, and he just didn't have time to. And I don't mean to toot my own horn. Most people they mess with me through middle school because of this. Because he's this big he moved schools after this. Because of me, I don't know. But he moved schools. He went back to Chicago. I guess it'll sound racist what I'm about to say, but he's this big black dude, very very intimidating, I'd say. Not necessarily because of his skin tone, but because he's bigger than everybody, right? And he had that Chicago, up in your face persona. You know, people didn't mess with him. But yeah, I just beat the crap out of him, man. And the gym teacher pulled me off, and I was full of so much adrenaline, and I was such a bitch back then. I started crying. You know, not necessarily because I was upset and I was sad. Just because there's so much adrenaline going through me. You know, I was so pumped up. I just started crying. I don't know. And yeah, got sent to the principal's office. I remember the whole time in the principal's office, I was just thinking, oh man, my dad's gonna beat my ass when I get home or whatever. I'm gonna be grounded forever, you know? That's what I was worried about. I wasn't worried about, like, my disciplinary action, what will happen to me. I knew I was getting suspended, of course, but I was just worried about going home. When my dad got there, he's very chill, you know? My dad, I guess like myself, he's gotten into a lot of fights in school and stuff. You know how it is. But he's cool about it. So, it wasn't that bad of a day. But I was grounded when I got home, of course. And yeah, the principal was very unhappy with me. He yelled at me. And I just sat there, kind of. And then yeah, my dad went to pick me up, went home, and I just remember sitting at home, eating hot Cheetos, and watching South Park. And oh, I almost forgot. That was the first time I fractured my left knuckles. I fractured my pinky and my ring, and a little bit of my middle, and then the down from the knuckles a little bit. I fractured my left hand, my left knuckles and hand fragments about just two times, just twice. Done it in this fight, and I did it in a fight in my freshman year, which was 2 years ago. Wow. And yeah, I went to the bone doctor, and I felt like such a badass because I'm just like the hot nurse or whatever. I just not hot, but like she's cute. I remember the nurse being so cute, or whatever. Sorry guys, I'm a simp, and my girlfriend's listening to this. I fucked up. But yeah, I just remember feeling like such a badass. And she's like, "So, how did you fracture your knuckles?" I'm just like, "I got into a fight." I just feel like such a hard ass for that. And yeah, that's about it. You know, I went back to school. Nobody messed with me after that through my middle school. I got into another fight in 7th grade. You know what? I got into a fight in 8th grade too, and for my freshman year. Just finished my sophomore year. No, I got into a fight my sophomore year too. I've gotten into a fight in every single grade since the 6th grade. Holy hell, man, that's insane. I'm a crazy dude. Shoot, man. Yeah. Excuse my poor commentating. Like I mentioned earlier, you know, starting something new. It's awkward, it's new, it's hard, you know. But next video, next story time with Captain, episode 2, next Wednesday, will be a lot better. And I'll up the ante, see if I can think of a better story. Because I've gone through a lot of stuff, man. I really have. Yeah, now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, my life's been pretty wild, man. Anyways, enough of that. That was, yeah, that was my first fight. And I've been into a fight every year, every grade, ever since then. Hopefully, I don't get into any of my junior year. Hopefully, I can grow up from that. Be honorable, or not honorable, but be humble. You know, especially. Never mind. I'm talking too much. But yeah, that was story time with the captain, Captain Eat, episode 1. I'll make another video next Wednesday. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and peace.